Greetings, ladies and gentle players. It's a wonderful Monday this August of 2022, making it a wonderful day for murder. And as you can see, my camera's on again. For the most part, I am healing up nicely. I've still got, as you can see, I've got some wounds still healing on my face. Fun times, fun times. And of course, because shingles, I've got some weird little tingling going on in my eyebrow and some various places. It's weird. It's a journey. But Windows updates, man. For those of you who are familiar with Adobe Premiere, you might be looking at this timeline and you might be scratching your head and being like, uh-oh, something's wrong there. And yeah, you're right, it is. So before I recorded, Windows updated, didn't think anything about it. Opened up OBS as per usual. Bam, clicked record. Out of sight, out of mind. Apparently Windows Update somehow managed to reset all of my audio devices. So desktop audio and my microphone were no longer my default audio devices. So I've got a game here devoid of sound. Yeah. Oh, that annoys me so much. Because I played a 7-down game and it was fun, so I guess I'm gonna review it now. It's not played live. Like I'm thinking about doing a voiceover. But yeah, I talked about how we're, finally 7-down again. You kind of can't see it that small, but it's fine. How it took a while to get back there because I had a rank up game, and then in this section here, you can't really see it either. This section here, I threw my rank up game, and then I proceeded to go on a temper tantrum and throw the next 5 games in a row because I was annoyed that we didn't rank up. That was irritating. So yeah, I mentioned that, and then I got myself a game. Scroll forward, got myself a game with a happy little 7-down eventually. Oh, right. In this game, I was white. My opponent was Blick. And the game began thus. He did double 4-4s. I did a 4-4 and a 3-4 dealio. He approached me. I backed away because it's meta right now. If you want a pincer, it's fine. That's completely a-okay. Not a lot of pincering going. Well, that's a medium amount of pincering going on. But anything's acceptable here. You can back off here, you can back off here, you can pincer tightly, you can pincer far away. I mean, whatever you want to do, you can do. You will hear, of course, that some AI think there's only one move you can really play, generally speaking, at the highest of the highest levels, and that's the diagonal. It is the best thing in the history of ever. But there are other options. It's fine. So yeah, I chose that one, because why not? My opponent approached me, we backed off, he did the attachments. And now this I thought was weird because he can't connect up his stones. It's impossible for him to connect up his stones. So the question is, how are we going to attack his stones? So he did the diagonal, I did the Atari, he connected, I connected. He tried to do this one. Now I think he wants me to play this one because he's alive here now. And then when I go to pincer here, he can go and live here too. And now the question is what are we getting from this? Because he's gonna live with he's gonna live in both places, right? So it's just, yeah, it's fine. We just wrecked everything that White was doing. PogChamp. Instead, I decided to just drop down. He did the extend up because, I mean, that's what you do in the sequence. And then we went ahead and pincered him. Now, he didn't want to play a slow move like this one, so he went ahead and pincered me back. I poked him and then jumped out. He jumped out because he did not want to be dead. I mean, that's pretty much the way it goes right there, right? He just didn't want to be dead, or being surrounded. Those are all bad too. Did I play this one? I think I did. Yeah, I made this exchange, and then I had to think about whether I wanted to play slow or fast. I opted for slow, He opted to surround me, and I opted to surround him for surrounding me. Now, was the first hint that perhaps this game is going to go pretty well for me. I am now getting influence in the middle of the board. Later on, we could potentially expand off of it and keep growing. He's not going to get any points off of this weird little bookend group over here. This is just a base so far, so he hasn't really done anything meaningful just yet. He doesn't want to be surrounded, so he comes up in here. I want to surround him, but the diagonal here is going to... the cut through here is going to kill me, right? So I played here first. Now, obviously, he doesn't want to get into this kind of thing, where I'm getting the cutoff that I want for free. So he just goes and plays this one. That way I don't get to connect. Now he gets to connect. I assume that it's going to go this way, into this way. And we're just going to keep harassing each other. It's going to be fun times. For whatever reason, though, he plays over and gives me the cut. That is, yeah, I didn't really expect that one. Get to go ahead and surround. I'm not really sure if that's better. I think this one might be, based on some stuff that happens later, this might be the better option. Though I hate making this kind of shape. Played that one instead. And he's like, hey, I'm not dead yet. And I'm like, cool. What about this one? And here we get to a disagreement. Slight disagreement. Because he has to play again locally, otherwise, like if I play here, he's dead, right? You can't really like get life in here. It's kind of awkward. Dead group, right? Awkward, awkward, awkward. So, okay, we got this. We got this. Fantastic, fantastic. So he's got to play here now to not be dead. If I connect, then he can probably play here, and then that also lets him cut it through me later on. I don't like that. So I answer that with the push. He goes to cut through me for some reason. I cut through him back. And now here I made a slight mistake. I should drop down just to be alive. I don't do that because I'm stupid. I would have had an easier game if I just played, let's say, maybe here into here. That's alive, no co. But I'm going on a rant about how, like, it's good to be back at 7 Dan, and it's like, oh man, I miss playing these people. They were they're a lot more different than the 6 Dans that I'm used to playing. And you've got a fight going well. It's pretty nice. There's a cut point you can take later. Things are looking good, so I didn't do that. I just took immediately. So that goes to co. Big oops on my part. But we're in the co now. So we go here into here. First co threat. I can't fight this. So we get this result. I'm alive, connected back to the corner, potentially large amount of territory here. He settled here, but that's okay. Not much I can do. That's the price of me not having played the Descent. This one, I think. Nope. This one? Nope. This one. Nope. This one? There we go. Not having played the Descent. If I didn't play the Descent, I get to keep the cutting point. I get to keep this group. Make no mistake, not playing that drop down is so huge. Like, it's like over 9,000. It's absolutely nuts. He's got to take here. He's going to have to defend here. He has to defend here. There's a lot more we can do this game than I actually get to do, but I took, so we had to co. It sucks, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do, you know? Alright, am I okay on this so far? Yeah, alright. I'm mostly just doing this from memory. Right, so he goes ahead and grabs the enclosure. I'm like, fine, we'll do this one. Thought about going ahead and splitting here, good old oldie times. It's fine too. He'll probably play this way into here, into maybe something like this one. It's not terrible. It's giving him big corners though, but it's not terrible. Played here instead, and then he plays really strange. He puts pressure on me, which I ignore and attack. Okay, great, fantastic. He jumps up. Okay, because to put pressure on my group, right? This is making sense. I reapproach high, and he goes for a really greedy move. I thought maybe this one, prioritize Sente, right? And then surround my right group. But instead of doing that, he goes for the greedy move, try to get like a whole bunch of stuff here, which means he has to give up this. And now I'm getting the points on the bottom of the board. He has to defend, and then they get to jump out. That was weird. That was a little weird. But okay. That was like one of the most passive variations that we could possibly have encountered this game. And to give you an idea of how passive it is, score estimate right here would have white, these are dead, would have white being up by about 30 points if this stone stays dead and I get the bottom points. The stones aren't dead. I can jump them out right now. And this is giving away like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 plus. Like, yeah, it's in between like, I don't know, 30 and 50 points for white, depending on how things go, you know? But all right, that was pretty bad. He goes for the invasion. I just take the points because I figured he's going to play here now and just give me Sente, so it's like, why not? This move I like is pressuring me. I make this exchange first, assuming I'm going to get a clamp here, and this is going to be ignored, but he answered that one too. He answered it. Now I'm very confused, because now we're just going to go ahead and play out in the middle. Because that was his win condition, I thought. Like, things are going pretty well for me. That was going to be the win condition. He approaches, I kick, he extends, I play this one to kill this off. So that's pretty good. He pushes here, we fall back, and then he goes for the overplay, which I completely smack him for. Because large knight and surround, like, this isn't a thing, right? So we poke. He falls back. And he can't connect. He needs to run now. But he doesn't. He just commits suicide. He just dropped dead out of his own accord. Very, very weird. Turns out, I looked him up a little bit later, and it turns out he was on a little bit of a losing streak, which I think is the reason for these slow moves. It seems like he's afraid to engage because he's afraid of losing the 7 down. He's lost a couple of games. It's not looking very good for him, so now he's like pulling back, and he's pulling back where he shouldn't, and he's attacking where he shouldn't. Like, when you get into that kind of like mental headspace, it's really, really rough on your game. Like, your opponent's not beating you, you're beating yourself at that point. Because like whatever thing you're afraid of in your head is just like eating you alive. And your opponent's move at that point don't really matter. They could be literally anything, and you're going to just make a mountain out of a molehill, as they say. So yeah, he played here, and then like the poor guy is just dying. There are some tricky things here. If I got the answer here wrong, I'm dead. Like, for example, if I like connect here, he could do this one. And then if we do this one, then I'm dead there. If I do this one, I'm dead there. Well, first he would, sorry. First he would do this one, and then he would do this one. And now I'm dead there. Let's see. If I play this one, it's the same. I can't let him cut. So then he'd be out, and now I'm under attack. Very not good. So the only move that really works here, and I did find it, I swear to God, was this little duder. He Ataris me, and then he extends. I defend that one. If he tried to play here now, it doesn't work because he just loses his liberties. Like if he tries to play here, it goes boop boop, but then we have the Atari into the Atari, so it's not really an issue. So instead of going after that, he admits, okay, these stones are dead, tries to live in here. Simple defense is simple. He goes for the classic tiger mouth shape. We get to throw in. He connects and then drops here. We throw in. He descends, I Hane, he pushes, cuts, and before I can Atari, I think he resigns. Yeah, before I can actually Atari that, he goes ahead and resigns, because at this point he's dead. Because the bottom's dead, the top's dead, so I'm like 30 to 40 points up right now. Even if he keeps the top of the board and whatnot, it's just not going well for him. So yeah, that was an H7 game. And I had a lot of great commentary during the game, which you're never going to hear because Windows Update reset all my audio devices, so OBS wasn't catching it. Yeah. Why would Windows Update reset my audio devices? I need to go see what that Windows Update did. Like, did it do anything else? Did it reset anything else I don't know about? It's because like my preferences are obviously borked. Guess I'll go look at that. Either way, that was 7-Dan game. Glad to be back at 7-Dan. Glad to get the first game back at 7-Dan. Won nice and convincingly. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it wasn't a completely live game. That was completely my bad for not double checking my audio settings, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.